Hey everybody, it's the Doctor here with Typical Manga Fan, and today's episode of the Typical Manga Review is going to be focused on Inside Mari, Chapter 62, Facing Reality. And we start facing reality by Yori waking up and eating her glasses, because otherwise you can't see a thing. And you can't really face reality when you can't even see what's in front of your face.
Which is fine. It's kind of funny you say that because the way she's been acting for most of the manga,
True.
She's basically been delusional the entire time, believing that Mari is, that's not Mari, or at least Mari is someone inside of her. So I just find it funny that you say that.
Yep. And so Yori wakes up and apparently she stayed the night with Mari because they're in the same room together. Mari's in bed, she's on the futon.
Oh, wasn't that her greatest dream, to stay the night with Mari?
Well, not in these circumstances, because while Mari is there, she's not all there. Like she's sitting there, her eyes are open, she's awake. But she's got her hand like right in front of her face in this like little like almost thinking position.
She's basically catatonic. So
yeah, like I said, when I first saw her hand there, I thought maybe she was sucking her thumb or something.
Yeah, no, but she has that that posture and she doesn't lose it. So Yori is getting all like scared and nervous, and she's like, "Do you got a fever?" No, it's gone down. And she still calls him, by Komori because she still thinks he's a Sao.
Yep.
And she's just like, "What's going on, Komori? Komori, come on, say something."
Well, she just stares at her blankly.
And so he turns Mari over, and then she's just giving the blank stare. It's like, it stares into your soul. I mean, she's not even blinking. Yeah. I'm actually surprised. Does that mean she technically hasn't slept then, right? Or
yeah, I mean, that's like, well, it's weird, because and then Mari's mother comes in wondering what's going on, and she can't get any response either.
I have a question. How did they go to sleep in the first place? How did Yori just be like, oh, because you know how Mari caressed her face? How did they go from that to sleeping, You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, maybe it's just like she fell back asleep and then Yori went to sleep with her too. I don't know.
I don't know. But anyway, so Yori's basically losing it, and then Mari's mom comes in and she's like, "Did something happen?" And then she starts trying to call for Mari, and nothing's working. And she's also getting worried too. Yeah. And then we black out.
Yeah. And then we kind of cut to the next day. Yori's getting out of school, and her first stop right after doing so is Mari's house.
Yeah. Who is still holding that posture.
Yeah, like she's just sitting there in bed, just kind of holding that posture. She's not responding to anything, though Mari's mother does know that she does at least eat if you feed her.
Oh, so she actually wants to live. Okay. So yeah, Yori is holding Mari's hand, and then eventually we go to another scene of Yori walking away, and then she starts calling the Sao, and I want to say Sao, an idiot.
Right, because that's what she's referring to in her case.
Yeah. Exactly, but this is actually powerful because she's starting to cry, and he's saying, "You're such an idiot," which shows you that she actually started to care. Remember, to her, they're still different people. Yeah. So she's actually caring for this actual person that she sees, the different person. Of course, that is being Isao. And speaking of Isao,
we come back to the real Isao, and it's like he's on the phone. Apparently, he's got a job interview, and he's even shaved and cut his hair.
I like how his response is, "I'm calling because I want it so badly."
Yeah. I mean, that'll get you a job.
I just found, because I mean, like I'm not in the working area yet, but I don't think that's how you.
It is not. Okay. Desperation is they smell desperation. But like,
sure
you know what he looks like to me though? What? Adult Naruto. Like, take out the glasses. I don't know. It's like the way he cut his hair, sort of like it just reminds me of somebody. That's what I eventually came up with.
I want to say this. Naruto with his haircut looks awful. Like it's awful. There's a reason why a lot of anime characters have big hair, because if they have short hair, it doesn't look as good. But yeah. Okay. So there are two things I called. Yes. The first is that Yori is caring about Isao now that he's gone. She is crying because of him. Yep. So I got that. The second one, and this one took a little longer because I thought it'd be a little sooner, but it eventually did happen, where Isao wants to change what people see of it, like, because Mari basically affected him, that he is now trying to change his life for the better and becoming an actual member of society, and cuts his hair, which I think I even said that too. I'm sure I said cut his hair, and of course, because he has to, and then getting a job interview. Although I always thought he was going back to college, but whatever, doing something productive. So that's two things. Now the one thing I was off was I believe, well, maybe I was on, I don't know. Like, we saw someone that Yori didn't recognize. We still don't know who that was. In the
Yeah.
thing of,
I mean, it could still actually be, like I said, the way she's catatonic there. Like I said, my theory, I think my theory that it could be Fumiko might be why I thought of, like, she was sucking her thumb earlier. Like, why I thought of that. But
basically, I think what's going on is there is no personality right now because Isao's gone. For some weird reason, the Mari's inner self did not create a new personality, so there's literally no one at home.
Yep.
You know, no one home. Lights are on, but no one's home. So, although that is a good question though, like, why did Mari? When I say Mari's, like, her subconsciousness, why did she kill off the Isao personality if she wasn't going to replace her with anything else, right? Like, what is the point of leaving the body like this? You know, is she forming a new personality or something? Or and why is, and of course the other question is, why is she making that posture? Because it's constantly being drawn. You know, it's in there in all the panels. There has to be a reason for it.
Yep.
You know. Because remember, like, even in fact, she even got her out of the posture because she turned her around, and yet Mari went back to that posture later. So there's something important about that.
yeah, there's definitely something going on there. And you know, the one thing that occurred to me, like, kind of two things that occurred to me really. Number one, why haven't they taken her to a hospital or anything?
I was gonna say, what the mom seems rather. I want to say she basically seems very complacent about it. Like, oh well, it sucks, but you know, she's still here.
I can think of two things.
Happened before.
Well, three things. One, she was taken to a hospital off screen. We just didn't see it. Possible. Okay. Two, if they think it's a mental health issue, that is a thing with Japanese culture. Like, they aren't as big on mental health treatment as we are here in the States. Three, taking her to a hospital would expose the abuse.
Yeah.
So that would give her an incentive not to do it.
Or it's happened before.
Also true.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder if she's fed her any drugs lately.
Oh yeah. I mean, she does look like she's being fed. Like, remember the Akame girl kill overdose scene? Looks like that too. They just need some drooling and that's it. But yeah, so there's a lot of questions that need to be asked. This is the question time, you know. So, although I'm very happy that Yuri and Isao both go in the direction that I thought they would.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, as I said, you caught that pretty well, I think. And like I said, it is, of course, if Isao shows up while Mari's like this, that's going to be like the worst thing I can think of.
Holy shit! I don't know how's that gonna help. Oh my! I don't think Yuri would ever let that happen. Like, Yuri is pissed off. She hates the real Isao. Ironically, because I think she's fallen in love with the fake Isao. So it's so ironic. But yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen next. Literally anything can happen, you know, because Mari's out of commission for now. So.
Yep. Yeah, so that's. Like, there's another chapter where, like, it's weird. Like, this chapter has more happening in it, but there's, like, less to discuss in a way.
It's interesting. Yeah.
But in any case, that's been our review of Inside Mari, Chapter 62, Facing Reality, which Mari is currently not doing, if she can help it.
But what Isao is doing, though, Isao's facing reality, if you think about it.
That's true. You got a point there.
Yeah.
In any case, go ahead and take us away.
Bye!